YouTube, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. Before we start, I'm gonna start like I always do. Like, comment, subscribe. If you like the video, like the video. If you got a comment on the video, comment on the video. And if you subscribe to me, I subscribe to you. Peace. If you're new to the channel, I'm a professional basketball player. I've been playing pro overseas for 8 years. I've been playing in countries from South America all the way to Europe. And today I'm gonna talk to you guys about changing basketball sneakers mid-season. So here's the thing. Since I was in high school, I've always been a Nike guy. I've always worn Nikes. The last time I wore Adidas was probably the Pro-Cad era. No, not the Pro-Cad era. I can't remember what sneakers it was. Anywho, I've always been a Nike guy. High school, college. My team in college was sponsored by Nike. And then when I came overseas, I was just so used to playing the Nike. I just kept the trend going. I've always been loyal to Nikes. Mainly LeBron, Paul George's, and Giannis's. Most recently, Giannis. This season was special because I started the season off wearing Nikes. Nikes, as they say in Europe, Nikes. If you guys hear me say Nikes, don't think I'm crazy. That's just what they say over here. Anywho, so I start the season wearing Nikes, and I got off to the hottest start of my career. Just so happened, not because of the Nikes, but just, I was putting in work over the summer, working on a lot of things. Became a better three-point shooter, just natural progression in my game. However, started off hot. I was averaging 21 a game, and my body was feeling good. Now, mid-season, I ran into an Adidas Connect, somebody that I met out here that works in an Adidas warehouse. He approaches me after one game. He says, "Hey man, listen, I work in the warehouse. I can get you Adidas gear. I can hook you up with any sneaker you want from Adidas, the latest models. You just gotta text me your size, and I got you." So me, naturally, I like free things, man. I like nice things, but I like free things a little bit better. Even though I was, used to playing in Nikes, I started the season wearing Giannis's and LeBron's. They were getting a little worn in, so I kind of was looking for a new sneaker anyway. So I send him my size, and he sends me a big package of like 5 different Adidas models. He sent me the Trae Youngs. He sent me the James Hardens, and my favorite ones were the Dame Dollars. The newest Dame Dollars. I tried each one. The Trae Youngs, were a little stiff. The James Hardens were a little bit big. He gave me a size up. And then the Dames just fit like a glove. So I went with the Dames. And I said, you know what, let me wear these. I wasn't used to it, so I was like, let me wear this for the next couple of days in practice, see how it feels. And the first couple of days, it felt great. Fast forward to game day, I wore them in the first game that weekend. Felt good, man. The Dames are a very comfortable sneaker. I would say even it felt comparable to Nikes. Once I saw that the Adidas was working good and they were comfortable, and I knew that I can get a lot of gear from them as well, I started stocking up on Adidas stuff. Getting Adidas sneakers, not just basketball sneakers, but like tennis shoes, socks, gear, backpacks, the works. I switched completely, went from Nike to Adidas completely. Fast forward now, a couple weeks later, I started getting a little pain in my Achilles. I've never had Achilles pain in my life. I had surgery on my ankle in the beginning of my career. But outside of that, that's like the main injury that I've ever dealt with my whole career. Knock on wood. So anywho, but I started getting this pain in my Achilles, and I'm like, it feels weird, man, but I just got to keep pushing through. After 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks, the pain is not going away. I have to come home, I got to ice it, do my rehab on it, give it a nice massage. I got to get a good warm up before I'm playing. And I'm like, yo, why is this just coming up out of nowhere? Because I'm not doing anything different. Next thing you know, the points go from 21 a game. Now I'm having games where I'm having 12, having games where I'm having 10. I had an 8-point game, and over here you can't really fall off like that. Like, you gotta keep the same. You gotta stay consistent over here, because if you don't, they'll start looking at you. They don't care what you did in the past. They're looking at it like, what are you doing for me lately? So numbers is going down because this dang Achilles was messing me up. And I'm like, yo, what is the problem with this thing? I didn't put 2 and 2 together. And then I was talking to my coach one day. I'm telling my coach, I'm like, hey man, listen, like I need a practice off. Like, the pain is getting too much. I need practice off. My coach was a player back in the day, so he goes to me. He's like, well, I dealt with the same thing. Did you recently change sneakers? I've been wearing Adidas for about 2 months at the time. So I'm like, no, I didn't change sneakers, like maybe 2 months ago. But recently I've been wearing the same 2 pair of sneakers, the same pairs of Dame Dollars. I didn't think nothing of it. Then he goes, when did you start having pain? And I'm like, well, yeah, about 2 months ago. was when I changed sneakers. That's your problem right there. He goes, you know, maybe because you change sneakers, your foot has to get used to the new pattern of the sneakers. Sometimes this happens. And so I'm like, damn, you know what? Maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. Maybe I misjudged this whole thing and I need to go back to Nikes. So that's what I did. The old worn in pair of Giannis's that I got, I went back to those, and lo and behold, and then I was diagnosed with like tendonitis in my Achilles. Lo and behold, after that, the tendonitis starts to go down a little bit. Now I'm having less and less pain. And I'm like, yo, did I just sabotage myself, man? Like, I had all this slippage, I had all this pain that I'm dealing with, icing, and you know, going through all this extra, having to come a little extra 30 minutes early to practice just to get warmed up properly and all that. All of this could have been avoided, man, if you just stuck with the same sneakers. So what's the moral of the story here? Moral of the story is changing brands completely in the middle of the season is crazy. And I'm an 8-year pro. I should have been known this. I had to go through it in order to tell you, and so you don't have to go through it. Don't change sneakers in the middle of the season. And if you do, make it the same model. Don't change brands in the middle of the season. Don't do it. Something's gonna happen. You're gonna get pain where you've never felt pain before in your feet, and it's gonna slow you down. That's a pro tip from a pro. Any questions or any suggestions that you need for your next pair of basketball sneakers, let me know. Leave it in the comments. If you like the video, like the video. If you got a comment on the video, comment on the video. And if you subscribe to me, I subscribe to you. Salute.